Hey guys, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. Tonight's just a quick video here. As best as quick as I can. It's a kind of update. What's going on? So, as you all know, I've got videos coming up for January. So, a lot of different types of variety from unboxings and stuff like that, as you noticed. And so now I'm going to talk about games that I've recently played. I just finally cracked open Zombies. We played that again, and that was a lot of fun. I got some pictures of the game sessions and stuff, how crazy the board was. Some cell phone shots, just some pictures. It was pretty good, and then I just got a hands-on gameplay of a new game by Twilight Corporation. It's called Zombie Survival. Zombie Survival is a really interesting concept here. So if you're a fan of zombie games and zombies in general, but you think that the Zombies board game is there's not much really going in on it, and you want a little bit more oomph to your game, Zombie Survival is where it's at. It combines so many different elements to it that you'd think it would sound like a really bad idea, but it comes across pretty brilliantly, actually, in my experiences with it. Zombie Survival, basically, in its sense, is part puzzle, part strategic, part luck, part dexterity, and part screw your neighbor over type elements to the game. So the first part of the game is, depending on how many players you have a whole bunch of these little tokens, tiles that you lay out on the board in stacks. And each person goes around clockwise, and they each get a piece of one of the tiles that they're choosing. So they got like supplies like batteries, and then they got to put it in their house. And the house is laid out kind of like Tetris, where you only have so much space you could put in the house. So you have pieces that range from like different size squares depending on how important they are. Like the better the weapon is or item, important of how valuable it is to the player is how big it is in size, not by the actual size of the actual item. So you have to kind of like play stock on certain items before your opponents get it. So there's there's a flashlights, but you can't. Just flashlights are useless unless you have batteries. And you can hopefully get the tile and put it in your house before somebody else does. But you can also just get the battery just to screw your neighbors over, so they can't get the flashlight, because they can't use the flashlight without batteries unless they hope they go to out of town and get the supplies. So you're building this house with supplies and other survivors. And the thing is, the more people you have in your house, the more actions you can take. But also the more things the more you have to feed and take care of, because if you don't have enough food to take care of them, or they get injured, they will die. This game is like, as soon as they get a wound, they're immediately dead if you can't spend the thing. And the way the game works, it's got a track thing on it, so where you basically have the track of all your things like food, lumber, all these things, and you have to make sure you maintain them at all times. So everyone is collectively just trying to get the material to survive, while in the back of their mind trying to make sure they get the better stuff before their opponents do. And then after everyone builds their house, you start doing a procedure of rolling a die, and you start placing a zombie, 4 zombies, and that number that comes up. So you roll 6-sided dice, and if you roll 1, you place it on these borders outside the house. And then after that, you go into the event phase. You draw an event card, and this is where it gets really bad, because you can have events that will, cause like a power outage, weapon malfunction. So you start losing the stuff you basically gathered to help survive. So just having the right stuff don't always help either. You can get hosed by the event cards that come up each and every turn. And then after you do that, you have an option of combating any of the zombies. And the way the combat works is the box lid itself has a caricature of a zombie, and then it's got a little circle around its head, and if you roll a die on that head or touching any of that circle, it's an instant kill of the zombie you decide to attack. If you don't, you hit any part of the picture, your combined dice have to be a total of 6 or more. So you may roll a 1 on it and only have 3 dice and only one of them roll, and it's not enough to kill a zombie. If you fail to kill a zombie and you don't have a silencer on your weapon, you basically will get another zombie you'll hear the noise and come out. So you really have to get the dexterity and luck factors in there, and all the while you're basically trying to keep everyone alive, and it's really crazy because then the screw factor comes in when if you have any actions left over, you can use those actions to take one of your zombies off the lawn and roll a dice and send it over to someone else and put it on their lawn. So it's a really cool concept. So if you're into that all kind of zombie stuff, I think you'd really like it. Especially it's got a lot of strategy and tactic, but it's not all that either. It's luck too, so you could really get hosed early on. And then also Killer Bunnies came out with a bonus chocolate booster here that's a standalone. As long as you have at least one of the main sets, you can combine this with any one of them, and it's got some interesting cards. So I'll just go right to an unboxing of that, and then I'll end this video with just a quick unboxing here. So this is the Killer Bunnies expansion here. Booster that just came out. So this is for the Ultimate Odyssey deck, I believe. So I don't think. Look at some of these cards. This one obviously is a parody of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy here. Pucker Up, parody of Kiss. Parody of Kiss. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The After Darkness. This is the parody of the toaster. Screensaver by Windows that you could get. This is a parody of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy card. Dago Bunny, parody of Yoda and Star Wars and all that good stuff. Harry Potter. Apparently, that's a given what that is. No Soup for You, the Seinfeld episode of the Soup Nazi. Bunnies the Gathering, a spoof of Magic the Gathering. Through the Looking Glass, kind of a spoof of Alice in Wonderland. It's got Star Trek and stuff in the background. Red October, blatant, obvious. Horton Hates a Who, that was obvious, and Dr. Xavier. So those are some of the cards, and then of course, I don't know if I got a good glimpse of the bonus card for the Odyssey deck. This is basically, in a nutshell, Willy Wonka.